Alright, we're back, guys. What the fuck? I fucking clicked. I don't even know what I touched on the screen. Oh my god. Oh. Alright, let me put this. Shit. Actually, post your questions again. So, yeah, it stays. I don't know why it does that. So, I feel like IJ. So, what I'm gonna say was gonna happen because I gotta say what's happening here. Um, it's almost like I feel like you will, and I don't like to use the word tested, but I do feel like your mind is going to, I want to say, play tricks on you. Um, the thoughts will come back from that conversation. Like you may replay the conversation you guys had in moments because I am seeing that happen. And I know we asked how it will help you, but I feel like spirit is letting you know what the possibility of what can happen. Remember, everything in tarot is just a warning of what could be coming up based on the current energy field, like the current energy field that you're in. So even though you're feeling like it was a good shift, and I'm not saying that it wasn't, what I'm seeing that there will be some thoughts that come up. I feel like there's gonna be thoughts that come up that may put you in a place of overthinking, maybe even stressing about possible competition. I do see, like, I was gonna, let me clarify the moon like I was going to. Show me the moon. Show me the Queen of Wands. Yeah, see, like, what happened with her today, I feel like even though you had got a warning from the reading, it still felt unexpected because, see, she's coming in as confident and, like, I feel like she just, she was just talking. She felt comfortable. She was just talking. So I feel like that's the good thing that's coming from this, that she's now feeling comfortable. You're seeing a side of her that you've never seen, right? She shares something so personal. So I feel like how it helps you is how we spoke earlier, using that to fuel your fire, because I do feel like there is going to be uncertainty that comes up. It is coming up, and it is coming up in the future, because usually this is like my current past, this is like current future, that you will be a bit, I wanna say it's more in the quiet moments. The devil is here with its, we know, a quiet mind is the devil's playground. So I would definitely say there's gonna be temptation that's gonna come in to have you spiral, and it is your old self trying to fight back, because I have the Nine of Pentacles here. I feel like because you are stepping into a more confident, independent place within self, your old self is trying to fight back right now. Your old self is trying to stay alive, because now you took your power back, and you're like, nah, fuck that. This is what it is, and not that. And I feel like your old self will be trying to fight you back the next, I want to say the next few days, but the Two of Cups came out. So maybe the next 2 days are going to be days that you really want to, like, I would say definitely do more affirming, not from a desperate side, but from a place of, like, making sure that you're still keeping, clean thoughts in there, because I do feel like some that are not so clean are gonna come up. Some insecurities are gonna come up, I feel. But this is what I'm getting is the end of that chapter. So it does feel like it was a good thing, because I feel like it needed to come up for you so that you can clear it up, so you can clear out this energy. Yeah, like the Eight of Swords. So this is letting me know that you are in control. So, which we know that, but it's just like a reminder you're in control. Show me the outcome here. The Two of Cups. Okay. And the Justice. So I feel like there's gonna be more conversations that you guys have. So um how this is helping you is, again, you're clearing up with that Ten of Swords these insecurities, things that you may not have thought of in a while, um things that needed to be addressed. This is the thing, there's times where we sometimes, like, at least this is for me how I can explain it, like, I don't I haven't realized that I have a certain insecurity until something happens and it comes up. Like, I haven't, or I thought that I healed from something until that trigger comes up. And it's just a trigger, is what I'm getting. It's just a trigger. And the thing is this, the past no longer exists. It only exists because you have a memory of it. But there will be things that come up that can trigger you. And again, it's your old self. Your old self is feeling it, what I'm getting, because you have the Page of Wands with the King of Wands. So this is what I was saying. It's like your old self, and this is you. This is the new you, right? Your old self is like feeling insecure, and it's like, see, I told you, like, are you sure this is what you're saying is true? That's what's happening here. But I feel like, so how this is helping you, because you're able to clear whatever it is, that insecurity that came up, that's gonna come up, or may have already come up. And it could just be too, like, whether you're gonna stick to your plan or fall back into, like, when I say temptation, I mean like spiraling in thoughts, feeling, because up until this point you haven't had any something like this happen, right? So it's like, how do you do? So right now I'm gonna say you're kind of like, I have to use like boxing terminology so it could make sense to me as I say it. So it's like you're facing adversity. Are you gonna stay down, or are you gonna get up and like fight through it? Because that's what it is. It's just adversity. And when I say that, again, it's like your old self and your new self, they're at a battle right now. You're gonna win because your old self is, I don't want to say immature, but they're not as emotionally intelligent as you. So you're going to win the battle as long as you don't get in your head. I would definitely, I would definitely write a FU letter to her. Yes, to her. And, express the feelings that you felt in that moment. And then, it doesn't have to be like a fuck you, but just kind of like, let's just say if you and her, in the like the uncommon way, like you literally told her how you felt, like in that moment when that happened. I would definitely write that, like what you would have said. Be clear, be honest, be open, because remember, you're just doing this for your own, for you. And I would just, then rip it up. um exactly. So that's what I would say. I would definitely write one of those letters, because to me, they help you release so much. I feel like talking about it does too, but then I just feel like the letter just kind of puts a cherry on top, and just rip it up. Tell her how you felt. Like let's just say you guys were together. What would you have told her in that moment if she said that? Like, or just even if y'all wasn't, like, I'm sure you felt a little sting. Just express that. And, again, you're not going to send this to her. Just rip it up, light it up on fire, however you want to do it, and then just keep it moving. Just know that it's done and it's finished. But I will say, like, coming up for you and her, it is more openness, because that's what the justice card is. To me, there's going to be more openness and more fairness coming in, kind of like working together. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting. I feel like it's, for me, things, it just needed to happen, and it's just to clear things up. But, you know, there could be, it depends on how you handle it. And this may come up for you a few times. So you just have to, like, that's why I said the tools are there. The tools help. I used to be scared to use the fuck you letters, because I'm like, no, like that just keeps in, because you know people just think, and I'm like, no, fuck that. Sometimes you just gotta. And I'm gonna tell you something. Since I started doing them this summer again, I've gotten so much movement. I've gotten not only movement, but I've also felt just within. I felt good releasing that stuff. So yeah, write a little FU letter and then write her a command letter. Tell her what the fuck she's gonna do. Remember, you don't have to be humble in your manifestation journey. And I think that's where people get too caught up. They want to be humble, or, you know, want to go soft on your person is not going to know. Like, I don't go humble. Do not be humble. The universe, I mean, I know you talk about the universe, IJ, but um, the universe and your higher self, God, whoever, there's no limit to what they can give you or what you can give yourself. So don't be humble. That's another thing that people. I was having a conversation with one of my friends today, and I was like, he's like, yeah, but if like we can't use freedom of speech, you know, we can't have freedom of. I'm like, bruh, like, freedom of speech only works for one side, so please stop. And two, like with the humbleness, like why is that always like pushed on people to be humble? Like, there's a way to be humble, but also be assertive, and stop telling people to be fucking humble about shit that's theirs. Exactly, Jane. Yo, that's true. Like, not saying what you want to say can hinder you. If anything, it can definitely hinder you. It can make you feel like, what the fuck. It can make you feel like, shit, I can't say nothing. Like, nah. Mm-mm. Do not be humble with your manifestations. What's her energy towards me now? I noticed that after I had my shift, she liked that comment I made about starting family. Okay, let's see. What is Nat's current energy towards IJ? What is Nat's current energy towards IJ? Like, I remember one time asking one of, like, my best friend, we were giving each other spiritual readings, right? And then I had asked about him, and I was like, yo, I sent him a message, like, when his friend passed away or whatever. Well, it was like a few weeks later. I was like, he never responded. And instead of her, like, going into her spiritual bag, like, she was like, because he don't give a fuck. And I was like, you know, I would never talk to her about nothing. I never talked to her, and I never did. And that's another thing too, being careful with what we're reading, who we're talking to. And that's why the fuck she cut off now. Hello, how are you? Hi everyone, welcome in. Please like the stream. Paid readings are open. I do not do free readings on my channel, just FYI for anyone that's here. I don't do free readings. Yeah, I don't do free readings on my channel. And the title says paid readings only. This is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, this is the thing with this. Like, the title, like, is there. It literally says paid readings only, or paid readings. I don't know if I put that on this one, but It's like even that people don't care to like read. You know, when I first started my channel, you had the Seven of Pentacles, IJ. I remember when these girls were coming in here, they're like, yeah, like readers are so mean. They're like so mean. How was that feeling? And all this stuff. And then I realized as time went on, it ain't that they're mean. Y'all don't fucking listen. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Star. I feel like she's feeling very hopeful. Show me this King of Swords. The Eight of Wands. So she feels good with you, IJ, like overall. She feels like you guys are planting seeds. Right, it said that's the thing. Their readers have set boundaries and y'all just think they're mean because people are straightforward. And that's what I'm saying. People be wanting you to coddle them. I am not coddling nobody. I coddle my 11-year-old nephew. I was gonna say 6 years old. I can't believe he's 11. And even that, like I be having to tell his ass to chill out. So with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like she is right now her energy, because I do have the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles with the Star. I feel like she's looking at things from that lens of long term. So her main energy right now comes down, and this is when it comes to her, and then I'll talk about you. Her focus is on building, planting her seeds, seeing how they grow, but also not just waiting for them to grow, actually watering them. Like she's actually like nurturing them. She's nurturing her plants. She's fertilizing them. She's doing what she needs to do. She's putting them inside when if it starts getting cold, she's taking them, she's making sure that they have enough light when they're inside. And how I can say that is how I can, put you in there is you basically watering, like you're her plant. And not saying that's how she looks at you, but like you're her plant and she's watering you, fertilizing. She's, giving you like the foods, the nutritions, which is her being more direct with communicating. Like even like opening up and telling you personal things, which remember I told you conversations will get different. They'll even if it feels like short conversations, they're not small talk. They're things that are personal to the person that's expressing them, where she's giving, it's almost like she's letting you know that she's open to this by expressing personal things. How she's feeling about you is very comfortable. She feels like she can talk to you, and she also feels like you can give her straightforward advice. So I'm not saying that she was not looking for advice, on any situation, but she feels like needed, if it's needed, she can get it from you. She's feeling like you're more open to, you're being more assertive. She can feel your energy as being more confident. And I feel like she's kind of in a place where she likes where this is going. She's feeling very hopeful. She is feeling calm. I will say she's feeling very calm. There's a sense of renewal that she's focused on when it comes to you and her. And I feel like she's feeling rejuvenated, is how I can put it. Feeling very rejuvenated. Show me more, Spirit. You have the Sun, the Justice, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, when it comes to you, she's at a place where she's just focused on positivity in her life. She's focused on happiness. She's focusing on joy, on warmth, on her own rebirth, right? And with the Justice card and the Ace of Pentacles, I just feel like she's again focused on that opportunity of you guys opening up more, being more clear, bringing clarity to the connection, being truthful. And the Ace of Pentacles, for me, it is a card of manifestation, but it is also a card of prosperity, a new venture. So I feel like Spirit is saying like enjoy the ride, don't worry. Her eye, like keep your eyes on the prize because her eyes are on you. So that is what I have for you, IJ. Let me grab my other bottle of water. You're welcome, IJ. Thank you. I told Jess, I said, yo, earlier I got in my feelings, right? And Jess, you can post whenever you want. Oh, IJ, I got to read you my channel that I got the other day. So, hold on, let me put this phone to charge. I'm going to just put it right here for a second, Jess, because my charger is over here. Hold on, let me make sure I don't touch nothing. So, yo, one part having my feelings, I feel like I have everything in front of me to make this work, to actually do something real here, and I want to. I know myself now. I know what I want, and I am capable of showing up for it. I feel a lot for you, and I try to keep it steady. That's my way of protecting stuff I care about, and you are something I want to protect. I want you to feel safe with me. I didn't start things with you the right way, and I know I read things all wrong. I got my signals crossed, and I'm sorry for that. That's on me. I see it now clearer than ever. I am constantly watching, thinking, wanting to say more. I'm here paying attention. What's so funny, like today, for some reason, I thought about this part where it said, I feel a lot for you, and I try to keep it steady. That's my way of protecting stuff I care about, and you are something I want to protect. I want you to feel safe. You know what's fun? Was crazy because I remember like this was like the day before. I want to say the day before things went down. Maybe a few days before. Like I was like, yeah, I was telling him, I was like, yo, we were like laughing about stuff. Then I was like, um, your mother ain't shit. Your mother ain't shit, bitch. Why you on my channel if I ain't shit? You ain't shit. Hiding from a fake ass page, right? Your mother ain't shit. Your mother should have swallowed you. Fuck the God that you worship. Cause I know what God I worship. Your mother, your mother should have aborted you. As a matter of fact, that's what she should have did. So fuck you. You don't be on here. Don't be on here. And I'm reporting you. Your mother is a parasite. You're a parasite on my channel. You clicked, let me tell you something. You clicked on a fucking live to come talk shit to people. You can go to hell. And I'm only letting you stay on here because you know what? I'm reporting you. I'm going to report your account. I'm going to report your account. Your mother is a dog. Your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, your whole family. You're a peasant. You're a bitch. You're a nobody. You're a fucking loser on somebody's account. There you go. I haven't seen a troll on here. Yo, we had a troll. Nah, it's been a little while, but we had one like recent, not that long ago. I clicked out the live and was so confused where the channel was going. I thought, you know what? It's probably somebody that was mad that I said there's no free readings on here. We're getting nasty. Why? What did you hear? Anyway, so IJ, I was saying like, so right before the everything, we were laughing because I was like, yeah, one of my clients wanted to know who I went out with, and I was like, I don't tell people stuff. Oh, I was like, I forget how it came out. I think it was something with a client, and I was like, yeah, and he was like, I forget. Anyways, I know that I told him. I said no. I said I'm pretty private, and I usually I'm pretty private, and I was like, and I keep things close to the heart until I'm ready to like put them out there. And he was like, no, I understand, and that's what that reminded me of, and I just felt like, oh my god. Then I was like, no, it's just a moment. But and I was like, if anything, this is a good thing that he's at this place because that's where I was at. So it's almost like it reminds me of revision. Honestly, it reminds me of revision. And the whole thing with I want you to feel safe with me is funny because I told him from the beginning when he was like, yeah, I'm 6'5", 200. I think he said 82 pounds. I was like, oh yeah, I like to feel safe with my man. And then I was like, yeah, but not just physically. So yeah, that's what that reminded me of. And I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, this is good. Hi, She, how are you? Alright, so reading. Oh my god, wait, I had to keep this on the charger. My bad. No, no, no. Oh, you thought I was. Yo, just that's funny. Yo, you was like, damn, what? How did it go from romantic to him saying "fuck your mom"? All right, reading for the rest of the. Ugh, can't even stop. Reading for the rest of the month for just. Yo, that's funny. You was like, what the fuck just happened? I was about to say because I was literally about to say just I sent it to you in the audio. You probably was like, wait, what the fuck? Oh my god. Isn't it funny how I said there's no more, I'm not doing free readings on this channel, and that comes, you can't make the stuff up, y'all. Like, all right, reading for the rest of the month for Just. All right, we got the Two of Cups. Oh, the King of Wands. Girl, expect them to be on alert, watching. Oh wait, hold on, I can stretch this out. Hold on. Let me bring it through this side. I forgot to move it. Expect them to be watching. He's also in a place of like, yeah, the connection is heavy on his mind. And I know that you're asking about like for the rest of the month for you. This is something you may not see. Look, you guys are coming up as a pair, but where he's looking that way, you're looking this way. It's not a bad thing because if anything, what I'm seeing is he's reflecting. He's reflecting on the connection. You know what? I feel like remember watching someone do this, and I don't know if they were talking about inner child healing or something. I'm not getting that from him, but he explained it like a bow and arrow. Like you gotta pull back sometimes in order to come in forcefully, like at full force, and not like with hesitation. And I feel like he's reflecting at the past. He's reflecting on the past, not at the past. I could say at the past because honestly, it doesn't feel like he's in deep like deep reflection. If anything, I feel like he's just looking at little subtle things that he wants to make sure he's doing different, not just with mainly the connection, because the connection is here, but this also feels like with everything in his life. And I want to say it comes down to like his choices. And that's been his theme lately, I feel. Him being honest about the fact that he tends to do things very drastically without thinking, without like without thinking about the consequences, because in the moment he's scared or he's hesitant or he's it's like now or never. And he's kind of just analyzing where I want to say he's kind of analyzing um his growth. So that's why I said I don't feel like he's in this deep reflection mode. He's kind of just looking at his personal growth, and also like how that is gonna benefit or help the connection. Where did you donate to, Jay? And I feel like you are feeling like you guys are gonna still feel connected because you're showing up as the pair, but you're also gonna be focusing like on your stuff, your own stuff as well, while you're focusing on yourselves, but also on the connection. The connection may feel good to y'all, so like you may feel like at ease with it. um the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, there's gonna be a change of events. You may get communication from him. I feel like you're gonna get a wish here. I feel like by the end of the month, I mean, we know I always say time is fluid when you guys do any readings where it's like time is included. So even if it's not within this time frame, don't get discouraged because you do have communication. You have a dream come true coming up. You have a wish come true. You're gonna feel satisfaction from this communication, and you're also going to be feeling more in the sense of gratitude. um that's the only thing I will say, like with manifestation. I'm not humble with what I want, but I always do, you know, I'm always thanking God throughout the day, like for everything. So gratitude may be something good. Now I don't know if you do that or not, but um the Hangman is here. I feel like you're gonna be taking a pause on some stuff. Yeah, the Page of Cups here. I feel like you're gonna be taking like a little pause, maybe feeling a little bit more. Um, I want to say you're pausing and releasing. So this almost feels like you may be catching little things that come up, and so you're taking that pause, and then you're like, okay, I addressed it, and it's not now time to throw it away. Now it's time to release it. Um, you're gonna be viewing things from like very different from before. I feel like this is gonna be both of y'all, to be honest. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, because I'm seeing you both like in this energy of like reflecting, but not like I said, not like, oh my god, I gotta go dig deep and do some inner work. And like, I don't get that. I think it's just, I don't know what you do when you think of the past. Just, I don't know if that comes up for you. You don't have to answer that here. We can talk in private. But if you do, maybe just move on from it quickly. Um, that has come up for me recently, but I've been able to like revise it right on the spot. Like, yeah, that never happened, or like we're good now. So, um, I feel like when it comes to like your business, is you're gonna be getting more clarity on like the direction you want to go. I feel like there is gonna be a breakthrough here of ideas. You're gonna be feeling very sharp minded. With the World card, I feel like things are moving forward for you in your business. You're feeling a sense of fulfillment. And in the Emperor, you're kind of like in your business mindset. Definitely, yeah, look, the Ace of Pentacles. So I see you being like very focused on business the rest of the month. Anything else? You may be like also focusing on like trying to save money right now, or like at least like not overspending if you're usually do overspend, or spirit is at least telling you not to overspend right now. Um, the Two of Swords, a little more. with the sun. Yeah, I feel like whatever direction you're taking with certain things, you're gonna be fine. You're what? Yeah, I feel like if you're whatever direction you go with in your business, you're gonna be fine. You have positive results. You have an accomplishment here. You have happiness here, joy. You're celebrating. You're gonna feel more comfortable. I'm gonna say like with the Etsy shop, like to the point where you feel like this is steady. You're gonna see steady growth. I wanna say I don't. They're telling me I'm gonna say 4 months. I just looked up. There's 4 people in here. There's 4 likes. There, the Emperor has the number 4. I noticed these 2 4s first, and then I noticed the other 2 4s. So I want to say like in the next 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, you're gonna see steady, steady, steady growth. I want to say 4 months because that kind of gives you an idea. Once you have gone like I want to say a few weeks where you're like it's been very steady is like steady. I want to say that's when you can really tell where the business is going. The first few weeks is kind of still too early, but yeah, I want to say like by your 4th month you're gonna feel like super confident. But I'm seeing like that growth coming in now. You see the 7 of Pentacles at the bottom, so that's like steady growth is happening. You did, IJ? I know that's right. Listen, I write letters to money. I write them to myself. I write those letters. They fucking work. And I'm telling you, I used to be scared of them, but it's better to release it now than for you to have to like keep thinking about certain shit. Like, I might do one tonight, even though I have been having a pretty clean mindset. I have my moments, but you're welcome, Just. Thank you. Ooh, excuse me. All right, Shay, you can post. I wish I could post shit on here because y'all would be laughing because ChatGPT had me fucked up. Nice, IJ. All right, let's see. What is up with Andrew the Pisces? Energy for Shay. Are you guys in contact or no contact, Shay? The Ace of Pentacles. The 2 of Wands. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, I was gonna say I felt like he was quiet, but I wasn't sure. This is current energy. The 10 of Swords. The 7 of Swords. The Hermit. Alright, this is way too many cards. The 8 of Cups. Girl, I'm getting he is disconnected. It's odd because it's like, yeah, I just kind of see him with his back turned. Like his energy towards you, I feel like he does like you. I feel like he sees potential here for something long term, because I do have the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. So it's like he does view you as someone that's very positive, um, someone who's very fun, very loving. He also knows you could be cutthroat, but I don't feel like that's something that it bothers him. He knows you're very honest, you're open, you're loyal, you're independent. But I feel like he's disconnected. Um, Show me more. The thing about it is, it's like the Ten of Swords is telling me there's a completion here, there's an end. But then you have the Seven of Swords here, which is like, it's like he's walking away but still looking back. And then he's staying in a pause with this hermit, like trying to figure out what do I do. And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna just walk away, and like I'll just figure this out later, is what I'm getting. The Queen of Cups is here. The Magician. The Knight of Wands. The Ten of Cups reversed, though. I am getting, yeah, I'm just getting disconnected. Like, I'm not getting, so when it comes to you, like I said, I feel like he sees you as someone that the potential is there to have something. I don't think the thing with him is he's not looking for a Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups in the reverse to me is letting me know that this person, I'm getting, he's a broken person. Just in general, internally, he's a broken person. He's very misaligned. There's a lot of disharmony in his life. Again, I'm getting this connection from this. I'm getting someone that's struggling. um he struggles with closeness, with relationships, so he runs from them. um I don't know, I didn't do any, yeah, you didn't have to do anything, you didn't do anything, it's him. He's somebody that he struggles with closeness with people, so as soon as he feels like his feelings are getting strong, he runs. Because I'm getting a runner that's looking back. So I feel like he's showing up as like someone who has not emotionally grown, because he's showing up as a Knight of Wands. And I feel like even though he tries to understand, or like tries to be open to things, he's not being open to romantic connections or closeness with people. I don't know what his family lifestyle is. It looks like he may have grown up in a broken home, is what I'm getting, because I'm getting broken family, dreams that were shattered. So, or it could have been in the past where he was with someone that maybe he was like really committed to. Like, I'm almost getting like almost married, and then it didn't fall through because of something they did, and he carries that with him in every connection. Closeness freaks him out. So as soon as he gets close, he feels like somebody's getting close, or they're like, he's developing stronger feelings, he runs. So when it comes to you, I do see him disconnected, even though he is looking back. He's looking over his shoulder. He keeps looking to, like, trying to see you. Like, he's trying to, you know what I get is like, he's walking down the block, and like you guys run into each other. Like, he's walking down the street and you guys run into each other, and you keep walking and he keeps walking, but you haven't turned your back to look at him, but he's turning his back, trying to peek to see if you're coming after, like you're walking up to him, like you're running after him, is what I'm getting. But yeah, that's what I feel his energy is. I feel like he may reach out in the future, but I still see this connection here. Very up and down when it comes to like next actions. I mean, Spirit is saying here, because you have the Queen of Cups with the Magician, like, you can manifest whatever you want from this connection. All manifestations come true as long as you you persist in it. but you also have the option to like leave it alone, because I do get a broken person, and I've never gotten that in a reading. Like, I've gotten little shit, but like spirit straight up said broken. Like, like they showed me like a wooden toy that just got broken in half. Let me get I'm gonna see the what's the vibe. Let's see what comes out. What is going on with him? And what with Shay? Do you have a belief that's similar to like maybe people get like, I'm trying to think, what is, how can I put this? And it doesn't have to be like this word for word, but what I'm getting is like you could, like, you know, some people feel like as soon as as soon as a person starts catching feelings, they run from the relationship. Because that could be something, I feel like there could be a pattern. I mean, there's definitely a pattern. There's always a pattern. But it could be leaning towards something like that. What is Andrew the Pisces vibes for Shay? Daydreaming, head in the clouds, delusion, hopes and dreams. Yeah, I feel like this guy doesn't have like, you know, I don't know how to put it into words. Has no motivation. Like, they're lacking, and I'm not getting like no motivation, like they're lazy. It's like, you ever just been through so much shit at once and you're just like, yo, I don't even want to get out of bed today. That's what I get from him. Suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. Masculine energy, authority, disciplined father figure. He could have like some daddy issues. This guy could have daddy issues, and that is a real thing. Paranoid, cautious, insecure, guarded. Yeah, I like that reading right there showed a lot of like where he's at when it comes to relationships. Psychopath, abusive, conniving, unpredictable. Maybe I don't know. But Shay, that's the thing, is it doesn't mean you were thinking something. That I've explained this to you before. It's, there has to be, you have to, this is where I could tell you, and this is all I could tell you. How I teach and how I've helped. You have a belief with connections, and you have to figure out what that is. There's a belief that you have with connections. It's not always that you were thinking something during that time. That's not what it is. And I hate that people taught that, but that's not what it is. 9 times out of 10 is a core belief that you have. You need to look at your relationships with, especially with romantic partners, and there, trust me that there is a common denominator there. There is. It's not what you were thinking in the moment. And it could be something too that when you see something happen in your 3D, you dive into it instead of, like, you lean into it instead of running away from it. Like, that's another thing too that I see with a lot of people. Like, I've done it too, where something goes wrong and you lean all the way into it, and before you know it, all hell breaks loose, where it was just kind of like your old self trying to like be like, hey, I'm here, like, are you sure you're secure when it comes to this connection, to just kind of like shatter your dreams. But if you lean into it, all hell breaks loose. You have to run from it and act like it's not happening. But there is a pattern with the people. And I'm saying that as somebody that's read for you, like looking from the outside in, there is a pattern. What it is, I don't know. Only you will know what that is. There's a main core belief that you have when it comes to connections. I don't know what it is. I could tell you what mine were, but it's not always like your thoughts in the moment. That's hardly ever That hardly ever happens unless you've spiraled in certain thoughts for weeks and weeks and weeks. Now that's different. All right, so you have running, which I said that. We have apology, rash actions, insecure. You have wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. Let's see. Toxic, drama, arguments, incompatible, cutting ties, freedom, standing up, awaken. Today, good vibes, now in the moment, and we have envy, resentful, competitive, disconnected, discontent. You do know. Trust me, you do know. You just have to ask yourself. I would literally list your last few connections and ask yourself, like, how did they end? Like, that could tell you, like, how did they end? How it was going? I would start with your last few connect or any connections that you've had romantic. How it started and how it ended, you're gonna see that they all are the same, or just about. So I just stopped talking to people. What do you mean? But so why you don't socialize? And no answer. So why you don't socialize? So, like, what are you scared of in relationships? Why do you stop socializing? So let's just say with this connection went wrong. Why did you stop socializing with people? Like, what's your reason for it? Don't say just because you didn't want to. Why did you stop talking? Like, why did you decide, you know what, I just don't want to socialize with people? I bet you I could find your reason if you tell me. Right, so there you go. You got a core belief right there. You have a belief. So you said nothing. If this happens, I'm not going to keep going through it over and over and over again. So you already have in your mind. It's almost like for me, I could tell you one thing, because there was a few things, but I've always went into connections scared of getting hurt. And why? I had already the expectation that at some point this person is going to hurt me, or like what something specific that I can tell you, or that after, like, I'm gonna just throw something out there I just had from a client. For her, it was after every first date. Like, she could be talking to a guy for 2-3 months, get into them on the phone. Things are going well. I mean, like, they talk all the time. And she just, and I mean, this is a girl that's absolutely gorgeous. But she said that she experienced early on, like in early eight, like her, like early 20s, like 1920, she experienced where she would go out with someone, and soon after the first date, they would switch up, they would start acting different. And it happened once, and she carried that with her. And guess what? That has gone on for more than 10-15 years. And has she had relationships in between? Yes, but she feels like after a certain amount of time, people change. So she also, there was another belief that she had that after 3 months, the mask comes off. Now it's a whole new person. Those little things do kind of, when you have those little things inside of you, trust and believe, you're going to experience them, because she was already going into the connections that she was going into them, having the expectation that they will be short lived. So guess what? They were going to be short lived. So that's something that, yeah, like you have, there's something that you believe within you. There's definitely something. You may not want to admit it to yourself, but it's only going to help you. So you don't have to answer me, but you could. That's something you can. I tell everyone that I coach, like, and they know that I do courses with, whatever. I tell them all the time, no one can help you if you don't help yourself. You have to be 1000% honest with those questions that are sent, and they don't got to tell me. I don't need to know them. I mean, unless I'm coaching you on the phone and stuff like that, that's different. I don't need to know that. I could tell with a conversation with someone as soon as they start talking. One of my friends, not that long ago, she, I was just listening to her talk, and then she was telling me, she's like, I really just don't know what it is. And she was just talking. Shay, you know. Nobody is going to know. There is a pattern. That's what I'm saying. You have to sit with that question, and trust me, it will come to you. There's something that you have certain beliefs when it comes to your relationships, and it may not have even started with your partners. It could be with that it started in your childhood. There's something that only you would know. No one can pull that out of you. I can't say what it is. There's something within you that you may be afraid to address within yourself, because it's going to probably put you in a in a space that you may not want to be in. But trust me, there is a pattern that you have. There's a thought process. There's a core belief that you have with relationships. So I stopped because it's reinforcing whatever's going on. No, but you have to address whatever that core belief is, because that core belief is there. Trust me, there's a core belief. There's a belief, the strong belief that you have with connections. My friend, I was on the phone with her, and I forget what the heck we was talking, but she was just talking, and she thought it was something else. So we worked on that. But we were having the car. I was just letting her talk and vent, and she fucking said, I don't remember what she said. When she said what she said, I was like, stop. I said, that's what it is. And I think it was something like, it was literally something like, yeah, he starts off good, like when we reconcile. That was another. Every time we reconcile, he starts off good, and then he starts acting like an asshole. I said, yeah, first of all, stop talking about y'all reconciling, because if you're constantly thinking that every time y'all reconcile, that means that there has to be a breakup, right? In order to reconcile with someone, there has to be a breakup. So stop saying that. And they've been good now for like 2 months. But everybody has, when something keeps happening, this is the thing. When something keeps happening, like I remember I used to say, same person, different body. That's not true. It's just you're experiencing the same situation because of your beliefs. I told you. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Nah, that's not a tarot question, Shay. Because remember, tarot is only surface level to me. Yeah, spiritual, but no, You have to sit in your, let me tell you something, girl. If you don't do it, you will continue to experience this stuff. And I'm not trying to be that, like, say that to you, but like I said, I told you what to do. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, and ask yourself, how did my last few relationships start and how did they end? What were the similarities? Write then, that you're gonna see right as soon as you start writing, you will see what were their similarities. What were your past relationships like? What were your experiences? How did they treat you? How did they act and how did they end? How did they start? How did it go? What was the treatment? And then how did they end? What the hell are you going through over there, Jess? It's like froze and I couldn't come back to the beginning. Oh shit. You know YouTube is, I don't know. YouTube is crazy. And it be small beliefs too. Like I remember my guy best friend telling me one time, this is like 20 fucking 15, 6, no, like 2018. Like 16, 17, 18. He's like, well, you know, everybody comes with baggage. There may always, when you meet a guy, he may still have some lingering women here and there in the beginning. And I carry that with me. So then when I was going into my connections, the last three, I automatically went into them with the expectation that there's a third party, that there's baggage there. And only one of them had kids. But the baggage that I was thinking, it was women. And when I told him this earlier this year, I said, you made me have a belief that was just not good. And he was like, what? And when I told him that, he was like, yeah, I just mentioned women, but he said, remember in that conversation, I said it could be issues with their kids, it could be like issues with work, it could be like, you know, their parents being sick. He's like, I didn't necessarily mean only women. He's like, you just remembered the women part. So then now, how I changed that and I said, no, my man don't, he does not have any baggage. So there's always something, and only you will be able to point that out. Because that was something that I literally had to sit there and be like, what are my assumptions about romantic relationships? I've been seeing so much of this stuff pop up on my timeline from 9/11. So many stories that you didn't even think of, man. So sad. We could close out, Jess, because it's gonna be 11. Y'all know I've been trying to get off here a little earlier. Yeah, I'm about to leave because I've been trying to get off out of here at 11. By 11. Or if you have one more question, I could do it. Or you know what? Nah, I'll just do it tomorrow. Yeah, because I want to like take a shower and like wind down. Um, I'll wait about a week or so. Or week. Yeah, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Wait, you're gonna wait about a week or so for what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what your assumptions are, Shay. Trust me, you know. Only you know. Nobody knows them because it's you. What are your assumptions when it comes to romantic partners? What are they? What are they? It's, let me tell you something. We all did our deep work. When was that? I think July. When we did the core beliefs just, remember? And we was feeling like shit. Like we were like, it was feeling heavy. And Shay, yes, you do. You keep saying you don't, but this is what I'm gonna tell you right now. If you keep looking outside for the answers, you're gonna get the wrong answer. And I'm just being honest. I'm being honest because if you keep looking outside, that you're looking for outside validation. That's what you need to get a pen and paper. And I'm telling you right now, you need to write down what are your assumptions about love. Look at your relationships with when it comes to love, look at your friendships, look at even your family. Your core beliefs are what's causing your relationships to go like that. And if you don't know, you need to figure it out because I'm telling you right now, you're gonna looking for it outside, you are not gonna find the answer. You're not, because only you know. There's certain things that only you know. Trust me, only you know them. And it's not it can get ugly and it can get a little sad, but until you face that, I mean, there's people that don't. There's people that just keep affirming, but that's the thing. You don't. You let the you and that and I'm just being honest. You let the 3D affect you to the point where it's end all be all, and it's not. And you, so it's like I feel like you do believe in manifestation, but I feel like your belief in manifestation, or like at least in like when it comes to certain things, is not. It's not where it should be at. Because I feel like it's, I mean, I've had situations where it made me doubt it, but I could snap back into it. Like, yeah, I've reacted to the 3D plenty of times, but I know how to get I know I'll just process whatever happens, I just process it. But then, I feel like as of lately, I haven't let the 3D affect me at all. And I say this because they say, this is a lifestyle change. It's not like a, if you, I feel like if you treat it as I'm not saying just you, I'm just saying in general. If when people treat manifestation as a, how can I put it? Like when people treat like law of assumption and manifestation in general, anything it is, right? When people treat it as a hobby and not a lifestyle change, they only use it for one part of their life. They don't embody that persona, I would say, or like that energy of them being the creator at 100%, because that happens a lot too. People will only use manifestation for, like, let's just say connections, but they don't use it for their everyday, like, other shit. Like, I manifest all types of shit. Like, we talk all the time. Like, I like to play around with manifestations because that reminds you of your power. But if you're using, and again, I'm not saying that's you, but if you're using in general manifestation as like a hobby, and that's exactly how your subconscious mind is going to treat it. Like if you treat manifestation as not a priority, then your subconscious mind is going to treat it as it's going to treat it as a non-priority. That's why even with business, yeah, of course I manifest for my businesses, but I also know when I'm slacking on one of them. because I'm not seeing much revenue from it. So I try to like I've been being more mindful about pouring into them, because if I'm not treating them as a priority, I'm not seeing the results I want. So, because that's something I noticed too, like especially when I was in the groups, like I used to see a lot of that, like people, yeah, law of assumptions, what you assume, but there's just certain shit that, you know, it's just is what it is. You, if you're not always embodying that energy of you're the creator, and you're believing that you are the creator, because I feel like there has to be a belief at least that this can possibly work out, then it just is what it is. But it's like me, I can't say I'm a hairstylist and I never do hair, or I treat doing hair like a hobby. I know people that are like that. I know people that treat doing hair like a hobby, or they'll treat it like only when they need it. Like I know a few girls that do really good hair, but they will only like, you only see them promoting like doing hair or schedules when they need money. And then they be like, well, I don't be getting a lot of clientele because you're not consistent. You're not consistent. You're someone that only treats, you treat it like, again, it's only when I need it. So there could be a lot of things. But all right, y'all, it's 11:04. I'm going to head out. I will see you guys